Representation Story by Aditi Daniel. 4th of July 2022. We finally landed in India, at my cousin's house right now. Family greetings after not seeing each other for years takes so long, but I've finally found some time to sneak away. Anyways, I'm here now. I'll admit, I don't remember much of when we last came when I was little, but everything seems so familiar. Well, most things. I wasn't prepared for how hot it is here. A far cry from the UK, and definitely not for how many Indians there would be. Okay, I know that sounds a bit stupid. It's India, and you're surprised to see Indians. But it's just that everyone here is brown. Everyone looks like us, talks like us. My parents, anyway. My accent sticks out miles. And there's barely any white people in sight. It's refreshing, but a bit strange. It'd probably be a more comfortable experience if I actually spoke Hindi or Tamil or something, though. It's a bit jarring to hear your parents talking to people and not understanding a word of it. But hey, I should probably just be thankful that my family here speaks English, or I would have been in for some awkward dinner table discussions. Speaking of dinner, Mum is calling. 13th of July, 2022. Everything's been so hectic. Driving around here is crazy. You see traffic invading dogs, cats, even cows, and it's too dangerous to hang around the streets with my cousin. You see rag pickers out pretty often, and the stray dogs always bark at them. I feel bad looking around at it all sometimes. I mean, my family's perfectly fine. We're pretty well off. Obviously, we could afford to move to the UK. Living in the UK, I do see homeless people, but it's shocking to see so many more here. I sound like such a downer. It's not bad here at all. Really, it's not like India's awfully underdeveloped or anything. In fact, the technological advancements here are insane. So much so, it's kind of crazy to believe that it's all the same country. The well-off areas are so polished and seemingly miles ahead of the UK in terms of development. And the poorer places are so not. I just can't help but feel a little bad when I see it, that's all. Given any other circumstances, I could have easily been any one of those people. My family and I just happened to find ourselves on a privileged path, and I ended up being raised in a country where most streets are safe, the schools and healthcare are good, and I have a world of options at my feet instead of having to search the streets for rubbish to sell. I guess it just feels a bit odd looking around and realizing this could have been me. And I don't even know the half of what life's actually like here. It makes you think. 19th of July, 2022. It's a pretty slow day today. My cousin's at school, so I'm just sitting here watching TV. Though, after being in India for 2 weeks now, it's pretty jarring immediately being flooded with white teen dramas again. I was flicking channels, purposefully looking for Indian-centric stories that weren't produced by Indian media. But there was nothing. Just a few shows with Indian side characters appearing in the background for a second, talking stereotypically about their straight A's, were either two-dimensional or invisible. I never really noticed before. Why would I? It's pretty much expected that stories revolve around white protagonists. You learn that lesson as a little kid. It's just how the world works. You grow up, see white fairy this, white princess that, with the occasional person of color lead that gets twice as much controversy and makes half of the profit of the others. And none of them are Indian, despite the fact that we literally make up 17.7% of the population. Yes, I checked. You grow up around white-centric stories about white royalty and learn that's what normal and pretty and worthy look like. Thankfully, in time, I decided to embrace my culture. But is it even my culture at this point? I only speak English. I never wear Indian clothing. I've literally lived my entire life in the UK, only coming here for holidays, and it shows. I don't know how to act, how to dress, how to talk. People here barely understand what I'm saying half the time because of my accent. I'm preaching about Indian representation, but how can I say anything when I'm a stranger in my own birth country? And I'm not exactly the average person in the UK either. So where does that leave me? The Indian kid with little more to her than insufferably perfect grades back home? a confused girl with a weird accent who feels like a tourist here. But maybe that's okay. Not the stereotypes or the lack of representation, but the not really belonging anywhere. I think I need to embrace that, though. I mean, none of my friends can say they've flown halfway across the world to visit family or gotten dust in their eyes when riding on the back of a scooter through an impossibly busy street. And none of my cousins have walked alone through woodland paths with their headphones on, or felt coldness nip at their face as their breath forms a cloud in the air during winter. When I was a child, my mom told me to be my own person and not worry about following the crowd. At the time, she was mostly just trying to make me stop feeling upset that I hadn't been put into the same house as all my best friends at school. But I felt that's still good advice now. Maybe I'm not quite Scottish and not quite Indian. I can't be perfectly sorted into either box. But you know what? I've got my own culture now, a unique identity. And I'd say that's a pretty cool thing to have.